As I weaken, I fear for the world. The devil is upon us. Evil stalks the world right now. And the only person who can stop it is Donald Trump, Nostrovini. And Nostrovini's not feeling so good. Although marching, dodging, and demon fighting, Donald is fighting a good fight. Devil made me do it. Babies and a woman were run down by a crazed hairstylist, a wig maker, a cosmetologist, whose cosmic sign is that of Satan. She said the Free CIA was following her. Then she said the devil made her do it. Well, she's the type of person who should be followed. She had made charges that she had been gallywagged with a young woman, a cop. And then that charge, and she sued and she made money and she had cash. Yes, she probably was a false thing. Because who can trust a woman who would say, I am used by the satanic forces to attack children, Jewish children, Jewish woman. Oh, devil, even Christ in dude. Now I'm all for Trump, but there's a soft spot in my heart for the Ukrainian people. And I feel Trump is giving up because Putin wants that piece of land called the Ukraine for his own purposes. And he will get it. He has atomic weapons, he has the will, and he has the tide of history on his side. No one who has a numerical disadvantage wins a war of attrition with Russia. No, historically not. They're going to run out of Ukrainians before they run out of Russians. True, this situation might spark a civil war within Russia, but it's doubtful. This is one round that the evil one Putin will win. Will he march into Europe, Poland? I would say if he was going into Belgium, he'd be able to take it over. That nest of missing guts are not going to be able to resist the Soviet army or the gang-banging Russian army of today. But the Poles will fight well, Lithuanians, Estonians. If it took 4 years for the Russians to finally crush Ukraine, they just definitely won't crush Poland and Hungary. They'll resist with all their might, for God is on their side, unlike the godless Belgians, the one world government people who tried to destroy freedom. Lamentably, the English are not the most democratic people in the world anymore. Shred of class. Shred. I don't know what that one is. Perhaps there's a class war worldwide being waged by rich Marxists and poor working class people. This battle will be won. Ladies and gentlemen, good will always triumph over evil in time. Perhaps in my lifetime, it would be great if the evil leftists, the progressives, the woke were put to sleep in this. The ultimate troll, I'll have to say, for a man as tall as him, he's a troll, I say. He says he's going for the third term. Always just tweaking the liberals' noses. He won't go for a third term. God knows he probably would be able to win it, but no. Mr. Vice President will inherit that new job. And he's just the man for it. He's unreal in Greece who are trying to dictate how the world will be run off of their false concept of global warming. Just an excuse for Marxists to take over the world and make one world government. You all know that deep down. One world government is true, and it's a danger to all of us. It's a danger to every individual soul because they don't think of individual souls, except those on the top who ultimately just think of themselves. You're hearing me, Bernie Sanders, you old fart. What's this? Don's masked musketeers. They're not all 12 and they're called big balls. They're men of distinction and genius. We're about to take over, take apart the corrupt bureaucracy of the United States of America. Thank God. The ah the jackals who controlled the White House for the last 4 years were planning to stage it. Well, they did stage a coup d'etat. They had a brain dead president. They also planning for his death. Yes. And they thought they could make Amelia although she's an idiot, she's not a puppet, their puppet. They actually wanted a mini election to endorse somebody who would be more formidable against the president, knowing that Miss Harris is a self-interested idiot. Shake the earth. The earth is being shaken. A war is being waged as never before. A war of attrition between the reds and the blues, between right and wrong, between the East and the West, actually between the right and the left. This battle will be waged for the next 10 or 20 years, till finally, for all time, or at least in many lifetimes, the left will be defeated. Thus, memory holes. The government likes to forget who they are. NPR, a mouthpiece of the left, is trying to say it's not biased against conservatives or moderates or anybody with common sense. Of course they are. These socialist Marxists, should not get one dime of government money. They don't deserve it, and they're against good common sense and decency. God's will. Oh, Dems get it wrong again. Gazans are rising up to an extent against their oppressors. But I don't think it'll work. Unfortunately, it would be great if the Gazuns could overthrow their terrorist masters. The terrorist masters of this nature with no concept of right and wrong are very hard to get rid of. Like a cancer, keeps on regenerating itself. God willing, the Gazans will be able to. And that would be a beautiful thing. But given not an appearance by the Almighty, you can't see it happening. Not in my lifetime, but my lifetime may be short. Dems get it wrong again. Of course, they are the cult of death, cult of the non-living God, of a soulless universe. It won't. It never does. You had your stay with communism, and you're back in with some degenerate monster keeps on making broken promises, which they'll never fulfill because achievement is based on the individual, not the collective. The big government is flexing its muscles, trying to stop Biden or no, Biden's minions from being deported. No. Evil will be defeated. The right will destroy the left. A civil war might happen. God willing, it doesn't, but it might. But I don't think it'll be necessary. The battle for the soul of America is taking place even as I speak. Day by day on Fox Network, they take the battles. Foxers are on the run. Oh, to our truth will ultimately beat the big lie. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Monday, March 31st. The devil made me do it. Queen Rasputin, shriek of glass. Apparently, history does replay itself. And Putin is using a Rasputinish person to advise him. Oh, let's see. Ah, um, Mr. Cuomo was having a non-sexual relationship with a office worker who was married, by the way. Was that cheating? Spiritual cheating? Can't you have a girl who's just a friend? Well, how I feel about it is men and women shouldn't be friends. They are lovers or they are nothing. Let the homosexuals be the friend of women. Men out there, do not be caught in the friend zone. If you're attracted to a woman, do not become her friend. Make the world a desert, an emotional wasteland, which women and men are sexual partners, and you're friends with those of your same sex or the homosexuals if you're a woman. The green, the murderer, the psychopath. He's just really concerned about that woman who turned him in. Huh, jackal. He says he's concerned that somebody will retaliate against her. A woman who actually cared about capturing a criminal murderer. The man who he murdered, was he a corrupt corporate head or not? We don't know. Not yet. Greenpeace of US. Greenland, Greenland, you might become part of our land. Yes, 45,000 Greenlanders might vote for the United States, and we will no longer just be protecting them, but we'll own that site. And Denmark can go jump out of the lake. Two lessons in free speech. Free speech is speaking your mind, is not endorsing attacks on individuals or collective groups, physical attacks. Speech is violent when it tells you to physically attack somebody, and you do it. Top three M13 games go to jail. Yes. The leftists are going down. They're defending probably one of the most heinous gangs in the world, MS-13, and maybe a gang that tops them, Paragra from Venezuela. I say we deport them, or we put them in the max in El Salvador. Now, a kindergarten place. And after they've been to the max, they're not going to come back. Also, if we can send some people, El Salvador, anybody who blows up or attacks a Tesla car should be deported to Alaska. Yes. The Aleutian Islands would be a perfectly placed good prison. I believe if you're in the Aleutian Islands with no heat and in a gulag of our own making, some gulags that people deserve to be in gulags, especially leftists. Goodbye, and rapists and murderers. His goal is to throw out 500 at this point. It'll be good when he throws out all 20 million illegals. Then those who want to come back will, or who haven't self-supported, may stand a chance to become citizens. It's not a racial issue here. It's a cultural issue. You know, they mix their own culture with the new culture, and that makes them Americans. Breaking the glass, a loss of ceilings. Ah, you know what it means? Breaking glass ceiling. There is no such thing as glass ceilings. There are only those who are inadequate for the job. Ah, the spacemen are doing as well as you might do. Um, I've been in zero gravity for a long, long time. The bones have become brittle. They have stomach with this trouble with the stomachs. I am very skeptical of remaking space station because those who would live in that space area would not be human after a while, but other. You wouldn't be able to make the gravitational pull of the Earth. Simple as that. Let's see. You think he's getting a transplant, you're in good hands. Apparently, somebody had rabies, a man, gave a transplant of their kidneys or liver, somebody, and gave him rabies. Terrorized eye. Every single breeze seems to whisper tenderly. Ah, Mind Kills Russian Journal. That's I use the concept of journalists loosely. Propagandists, very beautiful, and the Russians are such beautiful people. So devious, so innocent at the same time. Ah, who says the CIA doesn't believe in uh, ESP? They found the Ark somewhere, the Lock of Legend, being psychic power. Nostravinia is not the only psychic. Hip hop, and play camp. There's a little bunny rabbit in the streets. A little bunny rabbit who we're afraid will he get killed by rats. A little bunny rabbit we love so much. He's a little bunny rabbit of the Lower East Side. Oh, there's a little bunny rabbit in the East Side. A little bunny rabbit over here. I'm feeling a little better, but not long. Well, I feel okay.